Hi, everyone. I do hope you're doing well. I want to present 5 keys to communicating and packaging your organized harassment in a receivable manner. Should you have to report it to law enforcement or provide information to family members or even report your situation to your employers and so on. I want to again provide 5 keys on how you can package this in a receivable manner. Let's start with number one. Well, of course, right? I would suggest you don't mention all the agencies you think are involved and all the agencies we may know that are involved, such as the FBI, CIA, police officers, fire departments, ambulance department, post office, and so on. I would also advise that you not use the term gang stalking. Um, the term gang stalking, as we're finding out, has a negative connotation. I would suggest you use organized harassment. And also, I would advise that you drill down um, the initial player and how this organized harassment began. Meaning, for me, I'm aware that a corrupt police officer selected or um, my organized harassment is linked to this corrupt police officer because I reported him for unscrupulous behavior. And so, whenever I have to report a crime, for instance, of theft and vandalism, I would simply say I'm having issues with a police officer, or I'm being stalked and harassed by a police officer. I may say, and some of his associates, because, you know, I don't see him, and it is still quite believable that there are a few players here associated with him, and so that's how I package it. And I've never been accused of having a mental event or appearing unstable because that's how I package it in terms of having a personal connection with someone. Stalking incidents, generally, there's a personal connection, right? Not a distant entity, and certainly not entities that there's little connection to you. In terms of believability, we know what this is exactly, but in terms of believability, that's how I would package it. Also, I'm aware that he is still a participant. I had to, quick story, I had to drive by where I used to reside, and I saw what I believe is one of the gang stalking vehicles outside of the neighbor's home, which he was a neighbor as well. He was a corrupt cop and a neighbor that I didn't have friendly um, interaction with. And so I had to drive by there and saw a vehicle that appeared to be um, familiar in terms of, people that are that follow the one headlighters, I call them. And so he's still a participant in this. And so let me move on to number 2. Answer questions concisely and try to remain on topic. This will cut down on rambling and emotionalizing the event while you're in front of or giving a report. So you would be better understood and less likely to appear manic. You will be more believable if you are concise and composed and relay details relevant to the posed questions, right? So I would just say stay on track. As soon as you start getting off track, you might become heightened and go into other areas. Also, areas that may present fantastical, unbelievable. And so I would say stay on track as much as possible and stay calm. Oh, well, that was another one. I'll get to that in a moment. But let's go to number 3. This is something I do all the time. I try to let a person. So number 3 is preface every weird report with this or something you come up with. You simply say, this is going to be exceptionally strange, or this may appear fantastical. This let the person know that you are aware that your story is difficult to receive. You are aware this may be outside of how one generally, meaning the gang stalkers, it's outside of how people generally behave. This is not normal. I'm well aware of this. These things I have to report, things like them stealing socks, things like, breaking into vehicles just to shift things around to let you know they've been away, in your space, breaking into your home just to do weird and absurd things. It's not normal. So you want the hearer to know, I'm aware this may sound fantastical, but someone's stolen a pack of Nike socks again. Someone has, ripped once again my zippers out of 2 jackets again. I mean, whatever the weird stuff we have to report at times, and I know we have to be selective because, and that's what they're banking on, that we don't report it, or that when we report it, it just sounds outlandish. It's really a sick kind of way to live, if you ask me, right? It's a really sick way to exist. Moving on. Number 4, stay calm. I mentioned this in number 2, I do believe, but it is one of the keys of relaying information in a receivable way. It registers as collected and reasonable mindedness. Calmness is key to relaying the message in a receivable manner. Again, you do not want to be perceived as manic or having a mental event. Calmness will ensure that you get the point across and cover the details composed, right? So number 5, only share your experience after much processing, after much watching, after much collecting of information, even experimenting. Experimenting can even include watching for nuanced occurrences presenting in situations. Experiment quietly. Do not announce. You want to collect information quietly. I do this all the time and have made several determinations from observing quietly over days, months. It's to me, with my psychology background and public health background, it's fascinating to me. Fascinating, the lengths that these people go through. It's fascinating to discover the depths of demonic activity that's involved in this. Fascinating. And so it will allow you, to accurately ascertain from watching, observing, and gathering information. This is a form of experimenting. It will help you reach a logical conclusion about a matter. And it would also, with days of watching and or months of gathering and processing, praying over the matter, and it will allow you to be able to, even if you should have to give a report, it will allow you also to deliver that report in a manner that is detailed. It'll allow you to shape and form this report again in a receivable way, you know? And so, again, these are the 5 things I just wanted to share with you that has helped me at times and when I've had to make a report for theft, for, I don't know if I ever had to make a report for theft, so let me say for breaking and entering, I've had to make a report for that. I've had a couple of times where my windows were open when I checked and checked again, and that they were locked. And I had to make reports about silly stuff. Like one time I was walking out to the car and hadn't turned on the car, but once I got to the car was on. So they had a duplicate key and had turned on the car. I mean, this is some real high school stuff. This is some real, there's a real spirit of foolishness, real spirit of stupidity with these people, you know. I can't imagine having their existence. I know the TIs, that we are challenged with dealing with their level of demonical behavior, but they are challenged with um, just a level of depravity, a level of sadness and pitifulness and brokenness and demonic activity that I would not want in my life, and to engage in this day after day for exchange of money and favors. Who knew? Who knew? But I did want to present that to you all. I do encourage you to stay with it. I encourage you to continue to pray and press. And when doors are shut, I mean, we just have to gather ourselves and keep knocking, keep doing the things we need to do to create the lives we want for ourselves. And I know you can do it. You've been identified by the devil for this level of evil because of the specialness that's in you. It is not by accident, I don't think. Um, and again, the enemy doesn't target anything that is useless, and he doesn't target anything that is not of value. So there is some some specialness in you that he wants to destroy. And so stay with it. Stay before the Lord, you know. I trust God with everything that's in me. I'm serving him for real. You know, he has my attention. He has my allegiance. And so I'm going to continue to serve him for the rest of my days. I do hope you do as well.